Disclaimer: this story is inspired by ancient texts, folk traditions, and imagination. Its purpose is purely storytelling, learning, and inspiration, not to hurt anyone's beliefs or faith. On the sixth night of Navratri, as devotees across the land lit their lamps, the flame burned with unusual intensity, fierce yet protective, powerful yet compassionate. The past 5 nights had shown creation, protection, nurturing, and cosmic balance. But tonight was different. Tonight we meet Maa Katyayani, the fierce warrior form of Maa Durga, born from the collective divine rage of all gods, yet named after a simple sage whose only wish was to call the supreme goddess his daughter. In the sacred forests near the Yamuna River lived sage Katyayana, a rishi of profound devotion. His ashram was simple, his needs minimal, but his love for the Divine Mother was infinite. Every dawn he would sit by the river and perform his prayers. Every sunset he would meditate on her form. His entire life was an offering at her feet. But deep in his heart lived one unfulfilled longing, not for power, not for knowledge, not even for moksha. His prayer was beautifully human. Mother, let me experience the joy of calling you my child. Let me perform the rituals a father performs for his daughter. Grant me this one blessing. For years, this prayer echoed from his heart into the cosmic realm, and the Divine Mother, touched by such selfless devotion, made a promise. When the time comes for me to take my fiercest warrior form to restore cosmic balance, I shall manifest in your ashram first. You will be the first to witness me, worship me as your daughter, and give me my name. Meanwhile, darkness was spreading across the 3 worlds. An arrogant, invincible demon had conquered Earth and even the celestial heaven itself. Their individual powers were insufficient. One by one, gods were defeated, humiliated, driven from their own abode. Indra, the king of gods, fled. The divine throne of heaven was seated by a demon who mocked the very concept of dharma. For the first time in cosmic history, evil wasn't hiding in shadows. It was ruling from the throne of light. The gods found themselves helpless within the rules of cosmic law. Their collective rage, however, was unprecedented. The gods gathered in desperation before Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, the trinity that maintains cosmic balance. Then, the divine rage erupted. From Shiva's third eye burst a flame of cosmic wrath. From Vishnu's form emerged a light so fierce it could vaporize mountains. From Brahma's consciousness radiated pure creative fury. Every god contributed their essence, and this concentrated divine energy took the shape of the most magnificent warrior goddess the universe had ever seen. She appeared with 4 arms holding a sword that could cut through illusion and arrogance, a lotus that remained beautiful even on the battlefield, reminding that grace and power are not opposites. One hand raised in blessing, another in protection, because even in war, the divine never stops caring. Her golden-red complexion glowed like the rising sun. She rode a lion whose roar announced that cosmic justice was about to be restored. This was Maa Durga in her most fierce avatar, a warrior born from divine rage to destroy evil and restore dharma. But before she marched to any battlefield, true to the Divine Mother's promise, she first appeared at sage Katyayana's ashram. The moment the sage saw her, tears of overwhelming joy streamed down his face. His lifetime of devotion had manifested before him. the supreme goddess who creates, sustains, and dissolves entire universes, was standing in his humble abode. For 3 sacred days, sage Katyayana experienced what few mortals ever can. He worshipped her with flowers, performed artis, offered food, and cared for her exactly as a father cared for his beloved daughter. He called her Katyayani, the daughter of Katyayana, and though she would go on to perform cosmic feats that would be remembered for eternity, she carried his name forever. A simple sage's prayer had given identity to the universe's fiercest warrior. On the 4th day, with the sage's blessings and tears of both joy and sacred pride, Maa Katyayani left to fulfill her cosmic purpose. But her connection to that ashram, to that devotion, to that pure prayer, remained eternal. Centuries later, in the holy land of Vrindavan, young gopi maidens faced their own impossible longing. They didn't just want any husband, they wanted Krishna, the divine cowherd who was actually the Supreme Lord himself, as their eternal companion. According to the Bhagavata Purana, these gopis performed the Katyayani Vrata during the entire month of Margashirsha, the first month of winter. They ate only simple unspiced khichdi, bathed in the Yamuna at sunrise, made an earthen deity of goddess Katyayani on the riverbank, and worshipped with sandalwood pulp, lamps, fruits, and flowers. Their prayer was direct and pure. Maa Katyayani, grant us Krishna as our husband. Why Katyayani? Because she is the goddess who understands the deepest desires of the heart, she who was born from divine desire to restore balance, she who fulfilled a sage's impossible wish, she who removes obstacles that seem insurmountable. The gopis knew that only Katyayani could help them achieve what appeared impossible. Their devotion was so pure, their prayer so sincere, that their wish was granted, not in the worldly sense of marriage, but in the spiritual sense of eternal union. Through the divine Rasa Leela, Krishna gave them something far greater than earthly relationship. He gave them eternal divine love. This story established a tradition that continues to this day. Unmarried girls worship Maa Katyayani to receive blessings for a good marriage, and devotees seek her grace to remove obstacles in relationships. After the fierce battles of the previous nights, after chaos was conquered, Ma Durga takes the Katyayani form to teach something profound. True strength isn't just about fighting external enemies, it's about clearing internal obstacles. She symbolizes strength, courage, and the destruction of evil forces while removing obstacles and boosting confidence for harmony in relationships. Maa Katyayani controls the Ajna chakra, the third eye center between your eyebrows. This is the seat of intuition, clarity, and higher vision. When this chakra is balanced, you see situations clearly without delusion. You recognize genuine connections, and you make decisions from wisdom rather than desperation. Think of a river meeting a boulder. The weak current gets diverted, scattered, lost in multiple directions. But a powerful, focused current doesn't avoid the boulder. It either moves it or carves through it. That's Katyayani energy. Not aggressive, but absolutely unstoppable when directed toward a righteous goal. In modern life, when we face countless boulders blocking our path, Maa Katyayani teaches that these obstacles aren't permanent. They're tests of your determination. The question is, are you willing to show up consistently, purify your intentions, and pray with absolute sincerity? 3 sacred principles we can learn from the 6th night of Navratri. Principle 1. Purity of intention. Notice how the gopis didn't pray for just any husband. They wanted Krishna, the divine. Sage Katyayana didn't ask for a biological daughter. He wanted to serve the Supreme Mother. Their prayers weren't about fulfilling social obligations. They were about soul-deep longing. When you pray to Katyayani, examine. Are you asking for what your ego wants or what your soul needs? Principle 2. Consistent devotion. The gopis performed their vrat for an entire month, every single day, at sunrise, with discipline. Sage Katyayana devoted years to his prayer. Miracles don't happen because of one emotional outburst of prayer. They happen through sustained, disciplined devotion that proves to the universe you're serious about your desire. Principle 3. Grace in warrior energy. Maa Katyayani holds both a weapon and a lotus, both blessing and protection. She teaches that you can be fierce in pursuing your goals while maintaining grace in your approach. You can be strong without being harsh, determined without being desperate, focused without being obsessed. Like Sage Katyayana, who waited years, like the gopis who performed month-long vrats, trust divine timing. Sometimes the goddess removes obstacles by giving you exactly what you asked for. Sometimes she removes them by transforming what you're asking for. And sometimes she removes them by transforming you. As the 6th night deepened and the fierce flame continued to burn in homes across the land, a powerful truth settled in hearts everywhere. Maa Katyayani doesn't just grant wishes, she transforms the wisher. She doesn't just remove obstacles, she builds warriors who can face any obstacle. The goddess born from divine rage but named by a sage's love teaches the perfect balance. Be fierce in your pursuit of what's righteous, but maintain grace in your approach. Fight for your dreams, but don't lose your essence in the fight. Seek what you desire, but be willing to be transformed in the seeking. Tomorrow brings the 7th night when the goddess reveals her most mysterious form. But tonight, carry this blessing. Your sincere prayers never go unanswered. Sometimes the answer is yes, sometimes it's not yet, and sometimes it's, I have something better planned for you. Trust the process and let Katyayani clear your path. Hail Maa Katyayani, the warrior goddess who fulfills impossible prayers. You're watching God Is An Astronaut. If this story awakened hope in your heart, subscribe now. Like and share this revelation. In the next episode of this saga, we encounter the 7th goddess, Maa Katyayani, who embraces even the darkest aspects of existence. Until then, remember that devotion, not destiny, determines divine grace. Jai Mata Di.